Welcome, Andrea. I'm so happy to have you here. How are you today?
I am super good. Thank you for having me. Super, super excited for this conversation with you, my beautiful friend.
Oh, thank you. Me too. It's truly a pleasure to have you here. I would like to open this lovely conversation with your story. If you would like to share with my audience about what you do now and how everything started, actually.
Well, what I do now, it's called I've been a clinical psychologist for now 25 years. And throughout every single step, it's been at the beginning, it was a struggle, I would say, because there was not much information as it is today,
Mhm,
available. But even with a lot of information available to us, this is a very, very lonely profession, I would say, and career. Even though you see people all day or you're talking to people all day, it's about finding solutions or connecting with people's suffering. But
mhm,
it's not about you at the end of the day. As professionals, we're always alone. And after many, many years doing this and doing this with some of my colleagues here in my country, I am from Guatemala. And I said, we should do like this kind of a weaver or, like to start like doing connections
mhm,
um, with a lot of professionals around the world, and not only clinical psychologists, but actually all mental health providers like coaches and social workers. So I started to notice that that was something that um, when I started doing that with my colleagues here in Guatemala, then I said this should like be spread throughout the whole world. This is
mhm,
it feels like a safety net to have this connections, networking, and just like to, like knock on someone's door and said like, hey, how are you doing? Or I have this problem with this client or da, 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 like
mhm,
just like have that safety net because you have someone that will understand exactly where
mhm,
you're at as a professional
mhm,
was super, like I never felt alone ever since. So I want to spread this like connecting network, at the end of the day
mhm,
for us, like as mental health providers to be there for each other and talk about us and connect and be vulnerable
mhm,
and have spaces to share what's going on with us as well.
mhm. So that's how the helper stand was created. Would you
Yes,
like
so
to tell
that's
us a little bit about it?
yeah. So I said, I started to notice, or I think the whole world, Catherine, at the end of the day, today, most of the problems are because we feel that we are in competition with each other. Like, oh my God, I'm not going to share with Catherine because she's my competition, or I'm not going to share with this person because she's competition. But I noticed that the more I collaborated with people, the more, I mean, it was beautiful. I mean, you have a different mind than than I have, So it's like collaboration made things like more beautiful, or we could like help a client better because we were working in collaboration. So that's exactly how the helper stand started. Like, this is not a world of competition. We should be collaborating with each other, like, can you help me with this idea, And how can I help my client better?
Exactly. And I believe the future leadership is actually collaboration over competition. So, what I would like to share is that from the first moment we met, I felt this warm and lovely energy that is all around you and you're made of. And my good friend Sudhikara connected us. And I believe what you do is very important for the world. But what is the mission behind of you helping so many coaches and mental health professionals in the world?
The mission is that we cannot do this alone. So once we take care of the caretaker, of the mental health provider, we are helping a lot of, we're helping by helping them, we're
Mhm.
helping a lot of other people that need their help, you know.
Exactly.
So for me, it's like taking care of the heads kind of thing, you know, like I need to take care of this. And sometimes we feel a little bit lost, like we don't have a map of, oh my God, okay, I'm here, how can I get there in order to help more people, to be more visible, to
Mhm.
expose ourselves a little bit more, so people, so people know what we're offering.
Mhm.
So that was like the that is like the mission of the helper stand, you know, to give visibility, exposure, to collaborate. If you know how to do this, let's do it together, and to um, have this roadmap on how we can build our businesses, we can take care of us, and so we can take care of others.
And it's actually like a ripple effect, isn't it? When we help one person, we're actually helping everyone around them. But now, when you said it, when we help a mental health professional, we are helping so many other people. And that's so generous and so powerful. You and I actually did something together, and it's truly an amazing experience to collaborate with you. You're such an angel on earth. I just feel that energy. And your mission is so pure. And you know, what was I always wondering as a mental health professional, and I have a lot of clients in that space. As you said, you connect to a lot of people, but sometimes it's a lonely space. With the helper stand, you created something which kindly delete that loneliness, right? So how it really feels, what is the feeling behind us all together working on this beautiful mission? How do you feel when you do something like this?
It's like I'm never alone, you know, there's always someone that I can reach to. And through this networking, you know, it's like I know exactly, like if I need someone to help a client, for example, to help a client with a specific program on, let's say, conscious parenting, I know exactly who to call because I don't want to do that part of the job, you know? So I know exactly, or if someone needs help with trauma, or just like a space where I said, like, I had a very difficult session today with a client and I'm kind of lost because
Mm-hmm,
maybe that client is experiencing the same thing that I was experiencing that day. So
mm-hmm,
I can just like debrief and look for help, you know? So before I was like super alone in this path, you know, like, oh my God. So I had to, and I ended up getting sick, or I
mm-hmm,
ended up feeling like depleted or exhausted, you know? So now it's like, oh, let me call Catherine, or let me call this person, you know, like to see who's available.
mm-hmm.
So we can debrief and just connect and share that those parts of our path that sometimes can be like challenging.
Mm-hmm. It's very important you mentioned that because I don't think we put a lot of light on that. When I was starting my coaching journey, my husband was like, "But you're meeting like 10 to 15 people a day. How you can feel alone?" Because I'm working from home and he's at the office. And I was like, "But I am alone." you know and this is what your beautiful mission is actually deleting. You mentioned collaboration, but your approach is also compassionate. Would you like to share a little bit more about that side?
I think because I've been in this path for so long, like 25 years,
Mm-hmm.
some I see like new coaches or new psychologists and therapists that are like, oh my God, I want to have 25 clients per week or whatever, you know. And so I have a lot of compassion in terms of, you know, like compassion is the understanding of where the other is, and try to explain that part. Like you're gonna get there, but it takes like this steps, you know. So I understand your anxiety, or I understand your frustration, but you're gonna get there, you know. And here are the steps. Like I'm cleaning you like the path. I have this beautiful map, you know, to help you out.
Mhm,
And because if not, you can get lost in the middle of of the road, you know?
Mhm, mhm,
So yeah, but it's understandable that we feel like we want to be like super full and having helping a lot of people because we have this desire to help, and nobody's coming to knock on our door. So
exactly.
yeah. So I just kind of like mark the like Hansel and Gretel. Do you know that little story of these kids that were like leaving this breadcrumbs,
Mhm, mhm, of
so
course.
they could find the way back,
Mhm, mhm,
So it's kind of like that, but not breadcrumbs because they are eaten by animals. But
mhm, mhm,
but like leaving this markers within the road, like, oh, when I encounter this problem, then these are some solutions, or this is how, or this is the next step, or this is the next step, because I've been in the business for so long.
yes.
So yeah, it's just like, having an offering, this map,
Mhm,
so
mhm.
they can just follow, those steps.
And that's very powerful. You know how many times when I was starting, I was like, "And what shall I do now?" You know, when the time pass, you learn, and you can help other people who are at the beginning where you were. But with your experience, that's truly, truly valuable. And I'm so grateful that someone like you actually stepped also in the business, in the coaching space, in the entrepreneurship, so you can really help people to spread that beautiful mission so that we can make this world a much better place. And I believe that, it takes 2 seconds for someone to see you and to realize all of that. So, yeah, I'm very, very grateful for that. If someone would like to work with you or to collaborate with you, what would be the best way for them to contact you?
I would say it's through email, you
Mm-hmm.
know, which is Andrea at thehelperstand.com.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can go to my website, and which is thehelperstand.com,
Mm-hmm.
and different ways to reach out. But those, I would say that those are the best, and also
Mm-hmm.
through social media, DMs and stuff. Whatever feels more comfortable for each one, uh, to contact me. I'm always reachable and approachable, I would say, you know. So yeah, it's a very it's been a very, I don't know how to explain it. It's been very, um it's been a very nice payoff, and from people, and I'm not even talking about money. I'm talking about like the satisfaction of knowing that, oh, here is the path, here is the road, and see like the phases of, oh my God, thank you, like you've clarified my path, because I've been in the path of not knowing, which also brings the lessons, but
Mhm,
um I think we have enough of those not knowing spaces
mhm.
already, that knowing at least like some markers in the business side is just like, a superpower.
Yes, it's definitely a superpower. And having someone, you know, uh we are like super connectors. Maybe we don't know exactly something, but we know who knows, and that's truly a superpower. So when we all work together and we collaborate, we can you know uh, um, collect these pieces of the puzzle and really create the picture which really works. No one did anything on this earth successfully alone. Let's be honest, we all need support sometimes, and with your warmth and with your knowledge and with your experience, that's truly the treasure. Is there anything else that you would like to share with my audience at this occasion?
To never forget that we are social beings. Like you said, we never did anything alone on their own. They all needed a someone by their side, either like behind the scenes or in the scenario with them, so
Mhm,
never forget that we are interconnected and we are unique, and we all have special gifts that no one else has,
mhm,
because of our own life experience, so we're unique. So when we share our uniqueness and we see the uniqueness in others, we can definitely build a better world and a better place to live, with a lot of learning and a lot of things to share and embrace and grow from.
And a lot of love. And it's so beautiful. Yeah.
Mm.
Thank you so much for being my guest, for sharing your knowledge, your experience, and your wonderful energy with us today. I truly enjoyed, and I hope you did too.
Yes, thank you so much for the work that you do, and thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure. Talk soon. Bye bye.